Alright guys, how we doing? I just bought a new tackle box and we're gonna see what I got for lures to put in it. Here we go. Alright. So the new tackle box I got was a Plano. Bought it at Dick's. It came with 2 of the 4x24 boxes, and I got a second or a third because it can hold 3. So to start it off, we have, what are these? Zoom Super Flukes in white pearl. These are used for a lot of things. Mainly I use them specifically on my white chatterbait, which this is a 3/16 ounce. Again, I use that white pearl super fluke. So there's another bait, my white chatterbait. Alright, if we keep on going, here we go. I got a rubber perch swim bait. That would be a walleye lure. And we go walleye fishing pretty much a lot. So I'm looking to get into that. Next here we got a orange deep diver that I haven't used yet. I actually had to steal the hooks off of this one for another bait. So, ooh, that one's, I'll put that one with zooms. Next would be, I guess, is popper. If you don't know what a popper is, it's a topwater lure which is used for bass. That is also for it is a topwater for bass that pops water and attracts for topwater. Next is this orange multi-jointed rubber. It has a lip for it. It is a storm bait, and it dives 3 to 4 foot, as I think is what the rating was. And so we're loading up this one right now, which is mainly going to be everything that uses a soft plastic. So actually, these two are going to go in there. Next is we have a jig head with a rubber worm. I found this fishing. Get off there. Next we have a rubber craw. Bass Lake craw. I bought this at a yard sale. I think it was 10 cents or something. I don't use it much. Next we have the same thing to that orange one, except a little bit smaller and silver. It's a good rubber, just like that orange one. Let's see here. We'll go with hard baits a little bit now. Next is this crankbait. It is red, silver, and blue. Has a rattle to it. I like using that one. It goes good in kind of murkier water. It works a lot better than just like a clear popper or something. Next is a purple and black and silver jerkbait. What a jerkbait is it goes just below the surface of the water and you jerk it. And it's again used for bass. This attracts bass because it looks like a dead shad. Next would be the same thing equivalent to this blue crankbait that I just had, but smaller. And now it's green and silver. Same with this one, except this one doesn't have shells, or scales. And that one's black and silver. This one actually is used for a little bit of clearer water, so because the silver would reflect and let off a shine, and then you'd see the black on the top. Next is a different type of popper that is kind of compared to this one, it pushes more water. See, this one has a smaller mouth to where it catches a little bit of water, and this one has a big mouth to collect a good amount of water. And then here is another frog, except this one is actually a frog. So what happens is you're looking at this and you see the wire. You see that wire. And that wire, you basically helps your hookup ratio. And it also can hinder it. You gotta know how to use it. So what happens is you set the hook, and this comes down, and that fish's lip gets hooked. And then it goes right back up. So kind of like a carabiner clip. Oh, what do we want to do next? We'll go with this one next. This one is kind of a little bit of a crappie bait. It is a crappie bait that kind of rattles when you use your hooks and stuff, and is smaller for crappie. Same with this one, super small. It's old, green. Green with black scales, so that one works good. And then we got here my second chatterbait, which is again, Z-Man chatterbait. This one is 1/4 ounce, and this one I have it tipped with Havoc Demons. This thing is messed up. I caught a fish on this thing. This thing is definitely messed up. Alright, that's a little better. That's going in this one, actually. Alright. I'm done with that fiasco for a bit. I'll come back and fix it later. Alright. Now we kind of just got one of my lizards, which I actually need to take this off of my lizard. So, that can actually go in the trash. This is just kind of one of my other lizards. And it's a good lizard. It is brown speckled. And I had a trocar hook on it. I like these clips that Trocar does because you gotta just thread them on and then they stay on. So those are really super nice. Next is a gold nugget, which gold nuggets are basically all shiny chrome plated gold. Lets off a lot of light and speckle. And you use it for walleye. Walleye comes up and bites it. This next thing is a Red Eye Junior, and they call it that. It has red eyes. Kind of looks like a frog. Again, not a topwater bait. It's kind of if you're sinking down lower. Next is this. Now I made this, and it's pretty crude. This thing weighs, I think, not even 1/4 ounce, and it's a lipless crankbait. And I use this for a lot of different things. Bass, walleye, some different things. And it gets me through a lot of the hard times. Alright, now we're back to the lips. And now we got a black and orange. This is, again, clearer water, clearer fish. Alright, now we got another one of these on Trocar. Got another lizard. I need to get all my lizards out. I need to take off. Alright, so now we're going to take, and now we're going to get into some of my soft plastics. These, again, are the Havoc Demons. And then I have the Trench Hog, Guggen Baits Trench Hog. I love these things. I love my Guggen Baits. My Guggen Baits are pretty nice. I can't talk high. I can talk very high about the Guggens. Their Guggen Baits are a good product, and well, they work. I've caught my PBs on these. Next we got here line. Don't know why I quite have line on my box, but that's okay. We got 12-pound spider wire. Spider wire is always good for a lot of different things if you're a thick or heavy brush. I don't know what this one is. Oh, this is 12-pound Trilene now. So, I like using 12-pound Nano mainly because it's cheaper. Now we just got some big swim baits, rubber swim baits for walleye, things like that. Big fish, sturgeon, when we go sturgeon fishing, if I ever do. Trick worms and twister tails. So if you never heard of a twister tail, they are basically a worm that has a twist tail, and their tail is twisted, hence their name. And I have a whole ginormous bag of them, and I have a lot of soft plastics. I do a lot of soft plastic fishing. Next is this little thing. So, here's a white bass lure, and it is a spinner, because when you reel it in, this little spinner that I'm spinning spins like a propeller and lets off flash. So, I mean, yeah, that works for numerous different things. For white bass, such. Same with this one and this one. They are all fairly old, so I like to use them as little as possible because you can't find them no more. And you really want to use them when the bite's good, so you lose the risk of losing them. Now we have one of my poppers, my octo poppers I call them. I found these in a bag of baits, and they're just black and red flake. Here's another one of those demons. Use it on a lot of different things. Again, trocar hook. Any soft plastic that I use that is not, has hooks on it already. So like this type, something that isn't like this type of stuff, I use a trocar hook. I love the brand. They work real good. Next I have a little catfish bait. Can't remember what I use this for. It's interesting. Next is this orange and black. I call it a Rip Rap. Correct me if I'm wrong. I call it a Rip Rap. It's a nice fishing lure. I don't know why I have it in my bass box, but I don't know why I have half the stuff in my bass box that I do. Alright, now this is a bunch of lizards, and yeah, these are just lizards. So they're two lizards. Here they are. There. I won't be able to find anything in this thing, but I don't care. Alright, next, okay, we're getting, oh, here we go. More. Okay, now we're getting into the trick worms. Here we go. Trick worms. Blue, or not blue, black, pink, pinkish purple, whole handful. I buy a lot of crappy soft plastics because they're cheap or free. Swiss Arm, or not Swiss, Leatherman. Keep one in your box. I don't need to keep one in this box because I got my other switchblade in there. Alright. scale. Anytime you want to weigh a fish or something, you should have a scale. I just have a spring scale, but other people just use other scales. I like those because I think they're more reliable. But got another one of them frogs. I really do like those. They're good bait. I got a lot of in-package stuff. I think I'm gonna take my in-package stuff. Take my in-package baits. And then next we have Storm, kind of Rip Raff. They're clear. Little swim baits, paddle tail swim baits. Tungsten drop shot bullet weights for when I want to do a drag and drop crawl for that Googan bait. Gloves for when I go catfishing. If you ever go catfishing, you should definitely get a pair of gloves. They're nice. This is just a bag of terminal tackle I bought. It's got different hooks and such in it. It's $2 at a yard sale and had a bunch of hooks in it. I didn't see where to go wrong. I think it's got some treble hooks in there. I think those are treble hooks. So that's nice. Bag of terminal tackle. I sometimes forget too how much stuff I've got in this box that I don't use. Alright, next we got forceps. These forceps are grabbing fish. Or not grabbing fish, grabbing hooks. Next thing is an Eagle Claw hook holder. These are nice for holding your hooks to where you don't have to keep them in these flimsy packages that I hate. I hate those things. They piss me off. Next is some tungsten weights that are the, what are these things called? Snap lock weights. Snap lock weights. Yeah. Alright, so we got those. Alright, another pair of forceps. 2 stick bobbers. Stick bobbers are pretty nice. I like them. People keep saying, "Oh, you're too old-fashioned when you use stick bobbers." Big bobber. Don't know what for. Just kind of keep it. Alright, now we're going to get into the hooks. So we're going to put those in there. Now we just got a bunch of terminal tackle. Crappie, twister tails, green, or neon yellow and black. With some snap swivels. We got here some, whatever, I forget. They'll come to me. Jig heads. We got some jig heads, which are nice. Those can go with those little twist tails that are for the things. Snap bobbers. I got a whole bunch of bobbers. I also have a whole bunch of weights. If you collect lead weights, which I would do, you should keep a box of leads. I call them method leads, but you can call them what you please. Alright, now we're just cleaning out all these snap swivels. And, we're doing pretty good here. Oh, we have a stringer. Probably won't use it, but we can keep that in there. And now we got here jig head that I can throw out. Another golden nugget. Where did I put the first one at? In there. Jig head can go in there. Another jig head. And I think that's it. Nope. There it is. I knew I had this one. That's the a little bit more single close-up of that storm bait. Yeah, so that will... Well, just prick myself with a treble hook. That's always great. Alright. I think that will do it for this. Now we are just going... Okay, yep, this bobber can't go in here. We're going to have to take that and put it in there. Maybe I can get this closed. Alright guys, well, I'm just going to end it here to where I don't humiliate myself. See ya.